Hey guys, I'm going to demonstrate 3 interactive listening strategies for my classroom. These strategies use visual and physical manipulatives to keep students engaged while allowing me to assess comprehension before, during, and after a read aloud. First, for my general concept book, I chose Circus Shapes by Stuart Murphy to practice shape identification. Before reading, I'll ask a higher level reading question to activate background knowledge, like where have you seen shapes like circles or squares outside of school? During the reading, every student will receive a set of 4 cards, a circle or a square, a circle, a rectangle, and a triangle. Students must identify the shapes mentioned or shown in the illustrations and hold up the corresponding cards. So if they see a square, they'll hold the square up. The circus is in town and we all get to go. So there is a rectangle over there, so they can raise their rectangle. Our seats are way up high. We're ready for the show. And there's circles, so they can raise their circle up if they're understanding. The ringmaster arrives in a funny little car. And they could raise their circles for that, but there's not really any other shapes on this page. A man on stilts walks in. He's a favorite circus star. Elephants make a circle and then march round and round. So it said circle and then there's multiple circles, so the student should raise the circle card. The circus band starts playing. The tent fills up with sound. There's a bunch of squares, so the student should raise the square, and then they could also raise the circle. White horses make a triangle, 3 corners, and 3 sides. So they should raise their triangle. And then after the story, I'll challenge them by asking, why do you think the author chose a circle for the circus ring instead of a square? Next, for my math concept, I selected 10 Little Rabbits by Maurice Sendak. This lesson focuses on one-to-one correspondence. Before we start, I'll ask, looking at the cover, what color rabbits do you see? And have the students answer what colors they see. During the reading, each student will receive a pile of math counting chips. As they're listening strategy, they must listen to the number read on each page and physically place the number of matching chips on their desk. This gives me an instant visual check of who's tracking the math accurately. So on this first page, there's 1. So you want the student to put 1 chip on their desk, because 1 chip and the number 1 and then 1 rabbit all go together. And then for the second page, there's a 2 for 2 rabbits. So you'll want them to put 2 chips on their desk to correspond with the 2 chips, the number 2 and 2 rabbits. On this page, it's 3, and you'll want them to put 3 chips to go with the number 3 and then 3 rabbits. The book continues to go on to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then it says, so then he made them vanish again because the stage was getting too crowded. And then it counts back down from 9 to 8 all the way down to 1. And then at the end, he says, all done. After reading, I'll pose a higher level question like, instead of putting all the rabbits back into the hat, what else could the magician have done to deal with the crowded stage? Finally, for my reading concept, I chose Hooray for Hat by Brian Wan. Our target vocabulary word is hat. Before reading, I will ask a predictive question. Looking at the cover, why do you think the elephant is so excited about a hat? During the reading, every student holds a mini hat manipulative. As an active listening strategy, they must listen for the target vocabulary word and raise their hat high every time they hear me read the word hat. So as a way to display for them what to do, when we read the title, Hooray for Hat, everyone should raise their hat up high. This will let me immediately see who is focused and tracking. I will use sticky notes to pause and ask questions. When Elephant woke up, he was very grumpy. The doorbell rang. Elephant stomped down the stairs. Go away. I'm grumpy. There was a present on the doorstep. Elephant unwrapped the box. It was hard to stay grumpy now. Hooray for hat! And then everyone should raise their hat. Elephant cheered. I will show Zebra. But Zebra did not want to look at any hats. Go away, I'm grumpy. At this point, I would pause and ask the class, how do you think Zebra's feelings will change if he gets a hat? So Elephant gave Zebra a hat. Hooray for hat! They'd raise it again. Let's show Turtle. Once the book is finished, I will ask an after reading question to evaluate the overall processing. By using the shape cards, counting chips, and physical hats, we can successfully prompt students before, during, and after reading to turn a standard read aloud into an active, data-driven learning experience. Thank you so much for watching.